if I don't see someone, it means that the video is not on, right? Okay, cool. So welcome. If you feel called to opening up your video, then it would be lovely to see your faces. But I'm here to share with you a lot of what supports me, I would say, quote unquote. Like that's really my go-to is where my heart is, where the tools and the years of practices. When we reach this time of the year, I'm not sure how many of you are aware of the Jewish months, but we're in Kislev, and it's such an important time of the year when we are invited in, right? In non-Jewish, calendar terms, it's wintering. It's going into winter. It's the darkness and the cold, which we sort of have here, but we kind of don't. The rain, the winds, right? Wintering keeps us inside the darkness. And it's so important to remember that it's really out of the darkness comes this miracle of light. And we are very much in that month right now. And so I'm honored to be here to share a little bit of that work of touching and feeling our own lights. But more concretely, I wanted to talk about what it even means to be in the process of healing, meeting your pain, meeting your sadness, and doing it with compassion. Because compassionate self-inquiry is that little that thing, that the magical wand that changes the whole process of healing to actually happen. Because when we can meet our sadness and when we can meet our pain and we can meet our grief and we can hold space for it, healing doesn't mean that it goes away so much. It means that we can coexist with it, that we expand ourselves to have space for it. And we're not scared of it and we don't shame it. And that is, for me, a lot of the work has been about what is the inner voice. We could do hours and hours, workshops on what is the inner voice and how do we speak to ourselves. But today, with the time that we have, I wanted to offer mainly two practices. One, which is awakening compassion, which is mainly for others, but there will be a part of it. It's a meditation. That you can easily find online. You can easily repeat if you connect to it. And then the other one is called Tonglen. It's a Tibetan style of meditation, and you can do it or for others or for yourself. So today we're going to do the self one. So we'll do those two practices basically. And then after that, we'll see where we land. And I wanted to leave you all with some questions after going into that space of how I called it awakening compassion. Once we're in that space and we can feel we've awoken it and we can hear that that's the frequency we're in, then from there, what can I meet in myself? So make sure you feel comfortable where you are, and that can be lying down. I don't love doing meditation lying down because sometimes that leads to just falling asleep. But if you want to lie down, if you're tired, it's 2 p.m. It's sometimes that crash moment of the day. So take care of yourself, lie down if you want to lie down, sit and be supported on your back, sit in a chair, feet on the ground, however your setup is best for you. Okay. And we will do this with open or closed eyes. If you prefer to keep your eyes open and you're sitting, have the eyes at a 45-degree angle. So it's sort of half shut, not looking around. And if your eyes are closed, also with your eyes closed, pay attention to the movement of your eyes. And if they seem a little jittery, see if you can focus the gaze towards your heart. Compassion, the heart language and the heart frequency is very much prayer, gratitude, love, compassion. Right? So that's where we're moving our attention into. So before we start the active part of the meditation, I'd like to just invite you to enter that space of your body and to enter that space of your heart. You could even put your hands there again, as Maya invited you to do earlier. And just be with your breath. Be with your breath in whatever form it's moving through you. Don't try to change it. Just simply bring your awareness to the rise and fall, the chest, the belly, feeling your back. Maybe you can even feel the movement of the breath through your throat. And as you start to land a little bit more fully into your physical body and into the space of your heart, see already what might be shifting for you. Just pay attention, listening. Try to really stay here. Don't go. Keep coming back in. And then I'm going to ask you to bring yourself online. Like you're already there, but you can even imagine another version of you or a second you lying next to you or sitting next to you. And really be with her or him. And just have that moment together. Literally like you're keeping yourself company, sitting side by side. And even though your eyes are closed, you might imagine that your gaze meets each other's eyes. And then you can find yourself with really an open heart to one another and say the following words in your heart. May I be safe and protected from harm. May I be happy. May I be healthy and strong. May I be at peace in myself. Take a deep breath in through your nose and open the mouth. And let that version of you kind of drift off into the distance. And now bring someone that you love dearly to sit with you. Imagine he or she comes to sit by your side and see them. And again, you repeat in your heart, may you be safe and protected from harm. May you be happy. May you be healthy and strong. May you be at peace in yourself. Take a deep breath in. And almost as if the exhale could send all of that love and compassion to this person you love, letting that out. And just as that person leaves, allow a familiar stranger to enter and really hold the space for this person. It can be someone that you've seen today on the street, someone you see at the cafe, someone that you might know their name, you might not know their name. And let them sit with you. The first person that comes to mind, the first person that comes to the heart, that's the person who should sit with you. And again, you repeat the words, may you be safe and protected from harm. May you be happy. May you be healthy and strong. May you be at peace in yourself. And you take a deep breath in, you take them in, and as you exhale, you send them all that light and love and compassion. And just as they leave, you now call in someone that you find difficult or you have a difficult relationship with, and let them sit with you. Again, the first person that comes to the heart, that's the one. And just be with them for a moment. Take a few extra moments with this one. Take them in, invite them in. May you be safe and protected from harm. May you be happy. May you be healthy and strong. May you be at peace in yourself. And take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, holding space for them and these words, and let them go. And now, if you have the capacity, only if you do, you call in all beings. And if you don't, you can call in another person from your life. You can keep going for as long as you'd like, in fact, with so many people, sending them these words and this prayer. But for now, let's together call in all beings. May all beings be safe and protected from harm. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy and strong. May all beings be at peace in themselves. Take a few deep breaths here. And like I said earlier, stay, don't go. Stay in your body, stay with yourself, stay with the experience, stay in that space of deep awareness and compassion, the awakening that's and letting that spark turn into something bigger. And you can slowly start to move your hands and your feet and move, maybe doing a little movement in your head if that feels okay to your neck, a little side to side. You can let the eyes flicker open. And before we go into the next round, the next meditation, which I'd like to explain a little bit more, you can just return into this space. And if you have something to write with, I'd like to give you like 2 minutes. I can say personally, I'm not a huge journaling person, although I think it's a great tool for those who do it often. I've always found it difficult and challenging to get to my hand to move and write. But I think after we do meditations like this, especially if it's the first time that we do something, it's really nice to just write for a minute or two, whatever comes, whoever came to you, any insight that you may have had, any experience that maybe you want to share with yourself and remember. Just another half a minute or so, jot down some words. You can always come back to it. Okay, so coming back to the space, this next meditation, again, it's called Tonglen, Tonglen, is a Tibetan meditation that I learned about a year ago or so, and it's actually quite nice. The one that we practice in offering it to others can be done with your eyes open, walking on the street. It can be done completely not in the way we just did this last meditation. It can be really kind of on the go. And it's as simple as, if someone's telling you something hard that they're going through, it's as simple as I breathe in your darkness, your pain, and I exhale light and joy and strength, whatever words you want to put there that feel precise to what this person is going through. If it's physical pain, I inhale your pain and I exhale healing, strength, relief. So that's like the simplest version of Tonglen, is that in that exchange of it's almost like an alchemical shift of energy, right? Through the inhale and the exhale. And the one that we'll do now, it will be a bit longer, and it's one that you'll do for yourself. It will require a bit of imagination as well, similar to how we started, where you're going to call in a version of yourself. Like you're going to basically sit you and another version of you. The version of you sitting right now is the compassionate one. The one that you're going to imagine sitting in front of you is the one that's experienced pain, sadness, struggle, any kind of suffering. Okay, so that's how we're splitting the physical one that's sitting here and the one that you're imagining. And I'm going to guide you through a little bit of a experience there. And at the end of it, it won't be a surprise. I will tell you what happens at the end. At the end of it, basically, you have gathered all of the darkness, all of the sadness, all of the pain from this one version of you sitting in front of you. And you imagine it coming into and each one of you can imagine something else. I imagine it as a sponge, like a dark sponge that has taken up all this darkness, and it's right there. And then you imagine turning it into a little capsule, taking the capsule in, and as soon as it goes inside your body, it turns into light. So this again is that alchemical shift of the energy, to kind of feel the ability to be with all that's hard, but also to be able to transform it into light. Okay, so again, you're going to find a comfortable seat for this one. You can lie down. I'm never one to say you can't, but I find myself more able to be in this one when I'm sitting. Excuse me. Okay. So again, you're going to imagine yourself wherever you are, lying down or sitting, with another version of you. And I'm going to give you about a minute for you to invite her or him in. Again, when I'm sitting in this one, I really like to imagine me sitting right in front of me, and our knees are touching. For those of you that like touch, you might even imagine that your hand is on their heart and his hand is on yours. There's like actual physical connection with this other version of you. And you're the one that is fully capable of compassion, to give a lot. And the one sitting in front of you has experienced suffering, pain, sadness throughout her or his life. So take a few moments together. Be together. And then the one that's in physical form, the one that is fully capable of offering compassion and love, is going to imagine taking, whether it's a ball or a sponge, whatever is in your hand, and start to move it around the body of the person sitting in front of you. And as you move this ball or sponge or whatever it is, moving around, take in all of their sadness, all of those moments that were hard, all of the heartbreak, anything that has happened to you that has been difficult, challenging, caused grief, heartache, and just see it all. Whatever you can hold, whatever you can meet, and all these different parts of the body that you move through, the heart, the throat. Take a moment with each one, like you're cleaning it up, like you're putting it all into this sponge. You're collecting it all these moments, all that pain. Stay with your breath as you do it. Stay very present as you do it. Be there for this version of you that has experienced suffering of some kind. About another minute or so to explore, to see, to be with, to collect all the moments, all the feelings. And then you're going to imagine as you start to finish it up that you're holding between the two of you this dark black sponge that has collected it all. And magically you turn it into a little capsule. And you take that breath that really prepares you for it to take that capsule in. And as soon as you swallow it, imagine in your heart just a bright, bright light radiating. Like the light just gets even stronger, even bigger, almost blinding. And just bask in that bright light for a few more deep breaths as you hold each other's hands or you embrace each other. Have that moment where you acknowledge the work that you've done, this moment together. And then find your way slowly back to the space, taking your time, no rush at all. It can be first physical, just moving in some way that feels nice. Slowly blinking the eyes open. And you're going to find your way back to your journal. And when you pick it up, I'm going to read to you some questions. And the answers aren't long. They're just quick. And what comes to your heart, what comes to your mind. What kind of energy do I want to bring forth? What am I done with? What am I ready to let go of? What do I want more of? What am I committed to? What kind of person do I want to be? I'll read them again, just in case you missed one. What kind of energy do I want to bring forth? What am I done with? Or what am I ready to let go of? What do I want more of? What am I committed to? And what kind of person do I want to be? And to close, I want to read a poem by Mark Nepo. It's a poem that's been with me for many, many years. And each time that I read it, I feel I take something else from it, or I understand it differently, or, in its own way. So I thought I'd share it today as a way to close our time together. Having loved enough and lost enough, I'm no longer searching, just opening. No longer trying to make sense of pain, but trying to be a soft and sturdy home in which real things can land. These are the irritations that rub into a pearl. So we can talk for a while, but then we must listen, the way rocks listen to the sea. And we can churn at all that goes wrong, but then we must lay all distractions down and water every living seed. And yes, on nights like tonight, I too feel alone. But seldom do I face it squarely enough to see that it's a door into the endless breath that has no breather, into the surf that human shells call God. Thank you for spending your time here. And I wish you all a beautiful day. And maybe our paths will cross somewhere, somehow.